Hello? Testing. Hello. I think I did it correctly. Hello, Sacred Heart Tarot and Wood Spirit. Welcome. To anyone else who is lurking in the background, hello. I hope you enjoy it. This is interesting. I've been streaming on Twitch for almost 5 years, and this is my first YouTube live stream, and it's very different in terms of like the setup and the background, what the behind the scenes stuff. Hi, Steven. It's nice to see some familiar faces. Looks and sounds great. Oh, good. Okay, excellent. I'm just curious, did any of you have the reminder set for this stream? And if so, did it actually remind you, like email you when I went live? Because when I pressed go live from my OBS, which is my encoder software, I thought I was going to also have to press go live on the YouTube dashboard, but I didn't have to, so I don't know if I used the correct process. Yeah, I pinged your phone. Oh, okay. Awesome. Good to know. That's good. Because it'll take me a little while to work out the kinks and stuff, but it only took me 4 years to figure out how to stream on Twitch. Just kidding. Actually, not really. I still have issues sometimes. Didn't show it on your YouTube front page, but I see now that there's a notification icon at the top. Oh, okay. Well, hopefully if someone is subscribed to my channel and they open their subscription page, it'll say like Cerebrin Studio live now or something like that, because I've watched other live streams before and that's usually how I've realized that they're live. Hey, Dove. Cool. Okay. That's good. Thanks for letting me know, guys. It does. Okay. So I kind of cleaned up my room and my desk, but it's still organized chaos, I would call it. But I'm going to be doing watercolor and gouache, and starting with watercolor, so I think I'll put my gouache stuff to the side for now. But I want to choose my color palette. Hi, Studio. So the other place was just a placeholder. Studio, I don't know. I don't know what I did. Like I copied the link out of my dashboard and shared that one, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully I posted the right links in all the places. But again, it's my first time, so I knew that there would be some hiccups, and we'll figure it each time we do it, it'll get a little easier, a little more smooth. But yeah, I'm curious about that too, because I have that stream open as well, and it worked. Like, it's popping up as live. Were you sitting there by yourself or something, or what? No, that one looks live. It's okay. We'll figure it out. YouTube, you suck. Why? It'll make it... It does not update the channel when you go live. What? Come on. YouTube, please. Staring at the waiting screen. How can I... Oh no, so that link that I shared is not the correct one? It has the starting soon screen. It does? That's weird. How does that happen? Oh god, whoever's watching the replay of this in the future is going to be like, wow, guys, really? Just do it. Just paint. Just stream. It is a little confusing if it's your first time, so... no, when you refresh, you see the stream, but it does not auto-refresh. You have to manually refresh. That is so annoying. Well, at least it works, and hopefully anybody who clicks on it but after I have started from like the outside sources will get it. I don't know. We're just gonna start. You're waiting for it to refresh. Okay. It's fine, guys. It's fine. We'll figure it out in time. All right, I need to minimize that. I want to only have my chat on my screen. That'll be better. Paint and they will come. Exactly. You're Mepaz. Oh, hi, Mepaz. I don't know why. I kind of, maybe it's the icon. I don't know. I kind of recognized you somehow. So let me show you what we're going to be doing to start off at least. So I painted this in Adobe Fresco. This is going to be my reference. It's a quick little mock-up of the Callanish standing stones in the Outer Hebrides of Scotland. And I want to use watercolor in the background with gouache on top to create that. So that's my reference. I've been playing with Adobe Fresco lately. I'm like really obsessed with Procreate on the iPad. It's my favorite digital painting program. And Adobe Fresco is brand new to me, so I'm still getting used to it. But with the little that I've been using it, it is so wonderful. Like the watercolor brushes are absolutely amazing. Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to do a stream of Adobe Fresco sometime. I want to figure it out a little bit more. Have to sit down and figure out Twitch for tarot. Not looking forward to it. Oh, if you ever have any questions, feel free to ask us. There are quite a few people here who are Twitch streamers and viewers, and yeah, I myself, obviously, I do all of that. Also, hi Kimberly, hey Evie, and Daniel, hello. What is this place? I don't know. Hey Shadow. So, a spreadsheet for all the names. I know, that's gonna be tricky. I was saying that during my Twitch stream, like, okay, people have different names on YouTube. It's gonna be, it reminds me of Patreon. When someone just subscribes to me on Patreon, it's usually their real name or whatever they signed up for instead of their Twitch name, which is how I know them. So it's like, Amanda just pledged to you. And I'm like, hi Amanda, thanks. And it's like, she's like, by the way, it's me so-and-so on Twitch. It's like, hello, cool. Okay, so I need these 3 to decide my colors. Hey Holly, I know who you are. Hi Melissa from Texas. Oh, it is quite early over there, is it not? Posted the link in the announcement as requested. Thank you, Slave of Hell. I think I might have posted the wrong link on Twitter and possibly in my Instagram bio in my links. I'm not sure. Hopefully it's like, you know, people can just click on YouTube, if they're subscribed to me, they just go to their subscription page and they'll see me. It's not like it's really hard to find or anything, but I wanted to make it easier for everyone and just have the link there. Dove, you are Forest House. Hello. Oh goodness, it's gonna be tricky for me to remember everyone. But I probably will get used to your YouTube name. So if you come over and if you're finding me through YouTube and you say hi, I'll get used to that name. And if you end up coming over and hanging out with us on Twitch streams, it'll be the same, where I'm like, wait, what? Oh no, I have to memorize another name. Okay, I want this one. that'll be, I think I'm going to use my nickel azo yellow, permanent mauve. I need a deep blue. Helio turquoise and that go really well together, so I'll probably do that. And indigo, probably. Oh wait, no, wait, what? How did I make this color chart? I'm so confused. What did I do? Oh, this is the... Oh, okay, gotcha. So Indian red and phthalo sapphire blue make a color that looks like indigo, but it's like a little more vibrant. That's fascinating. Oh my gosh, we're gonna totally geek out about colors. You posted the correct link. Yay! I did it! 8 a.m. here and horses fed. Oh, excellent. Wow, what a life. I can't even imagine. I feed Vader in the morning. That's like the extent of my chores outside of my own, like outside of myself. I have to take care of Vader. Clicked on your link on Twitter. Oh, I'm glad. Thanks for letting me know, Motion. Daniel. Hey, Tisha. Hey, Yuxun. Oh, it's so good to see everyone. You have no join option here at the equivalent of subbing on YouTube. Yeah. It's interesting how different they are. Ooh, I really like that color too. That one is Pyrrolene Violet mixed with, let's see, how did I do this? Okay, so that's mixed with indigo. So Pyrrolene Violet and indigo makes this gorgeous, like deep, almost eggplant color. It's probably not showing up super accurately on stream, but... Hi, Tony! You have a ranch and most of your work is outside, reveling in nature all day. Oh my goodness, Melissa. That's amazing. I mean, I know it's a lot of work, but see what ranch farm she goes to first. You know that answer, Holly. Melissa, are you also an artist? It's like that kind of nature inspiration, being immersed in nature that often would be amazing inspiration for paintings. All right, and then for greens, let's go with something a little more neutral because the sky is going to be pretty vibrant, so I'm probably going to need something more like this, which will be quinacridone burnt orange and permanent olive green, which is interesting because quinacridone is so crazy vibrant. So we get that really nice kind of olivey army green. Watercolor, gouache, and photography. Wow. You must be in heaven then. All right, let's grab those colors because not all of them are on my palette. Been using a different color palette lately, so it'll be a custom palette for today. So quinacridone burnt orange. What did I say? Permanent olive green. Hi, Kataria, listening, telling us to type lots of hearts to you. Hello, great to see you. I'm glad you were able to come stop by. This is my first YouTube stream, which is, it's a little strange. Pyrrolene Violet. I've been uploading to YouTube since 2012 between my old channel and this channel. So I'm like pretty used to YouTube as a user, but as a streamer, it's, yeah, very different. Permanent green. Indigo. One of my favorites, indigo. Hi, wait, how do I say your name? Liesel? Leslie? Oh no, please help me. What will we be working on today? I'll let you know in a second, Yura-chan. I just need to get the colors out because I always do this. I like start talking, start fidgeting, and then I like get so distracted and it takes like a half an hour to do one simple task. Okay, nickel, azo yellow, indigo, permanent green olive, pyrrolene violet, quinacridone burnt orange. And I think I said permanent mauve and helio turquoise. That was it. That was it. Helio. Permanent mauve. Okay. There we go. Oh, but for the standing stones, I need probably my neutral tint. Yeah. Liesel. Okay, Liesel. I will butchered. Listen, slave of hell. Listen, Slavio. I do pretty well with pronouncing names. It's just occasionally I'll get one that my brain just can't comprehend. This is my master gouache chart, which we will I'll reference this a little bit later because on top of the watercolor, I'm going to be doing a little bit of gouache final details. But I don't want to get everything out at once. It's just like my desk is not big enough. Oh no, Yuxun, what happened? Stop spamming emotes, warning. Oh no. Woosie, hi Woosie. Poor Yuxun got timed out. Wait, is it timed out or... No, it's just purged. So you're okay, Yuxun. It's just that it removed your message. I will caution everyone, please be careful when you are excited in YouTube streams. Like if you're posting lots of emotes or just posting whatever. If you post too many emotes, YouTube's algorithm could potentially ban your channel without warning. This is a huge story that's been going around lately. It happened in someone else's stream and people were he was like, okay, for this put green emote, for this put red emote, and they were like helping him choose something and everyone was spamming the emotes and like I think hundreds of people got instantly banned just from doing that. So just be careful. I don't know how many it takes. It could be a lot or it could only be a little and then that would not be good. I don't want anyone to get banned. And it's so crazy because it's literally just a bot. It's just a bot that's doing that. And like, oh, I feel so bad for that streamer because they were asking people to help him decide something and then people got banned and he couldn't they were all trying to repeal it. And he posted a big long video about it. It's not your channel, but your entire Google account, Google, Gmail and all. Oh yeah, that's right. Some people had their whole account deleted or banned or something. How crazy is that? And oh man, I can't even imagine. And just because, and it's a bot, right? So, oh no, Kimberly, what happened? So by the way, Nightbot is not YouTube. Nightbot is my own bot that we set up to help moderate the chat. So we can, spam protection can be changed. Like I can disable excess emotes. I can, let's see, I'm going to disable excess emote. I'm going to disable excess symbols and caps. The only thing I care about is I don't want people posting like bad words and like, you know, offensive stuff. So I'm going to disable all that stuff so that the bot doesn't kill everyone. So there you go. You're safe now. Don't be afraid to type. See, this is the stuff we work out in the first stream. These are the kinks we work out. Okay, so Yuxun asked, what are we working on today? We are going to be doing a landscape. I'm actually going to be using this for the background of an illustration that, well, I'm considering it for a project I have coming up for e-cards. I haven't announced it like to anyone yet, but it's something that I'm working on in private. But anyway, this is my mock-up I did digitally, so I have an idea of like what colors and the composition. So that's what I'm going to be working on. And I want to use like obviously washes and bleeds, and I'm going to even use a little bit of salt with my watercolor and make it really fun and stylized. The emotes. Yeah, there are emotes, but they're like the generic emotes that you get with texting and stuff. You have to relearn the retro emotes. The retro emotes. Oh. Apparently there's a thing that I did not enable, but there's a thing called Super Chat, which allows people to pay, I think, a certain amount of money to get noticed in chat. Like it highlights their name and they can use special emotes or something like that. But I didn't enable it because my channel is not monetized and I don't want to mess with that right now. Basically, there are much better ways to support me than me monetizing my YouTube channel, which is to commission me or buy my art, or you can even send supplies to me if you want. But I don't want to deal with all that weird. I had like back in the day, I had the option for it to be monetized, and I think it was automatically monetizing my videos, and I had to go into my settings and disable it, and it took me forever to realize that was happening. So I had like $1.35 on my ads account, and I was like, what is this? I don't want this. Like, I don't want pennies building up in some random account, and then it's just so silly. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick sketch to start off. The only thing I need to concern myself with is the horizon line being somewhat straight, which is really one of the biggest things I struggle with. Had to make a new channel, got the same name, at least as in Twitch. Oh, digital! Wait, this is your new channel, but it matches Twitch, which is easy for me. So we're gonna I'm gonna measure up. So I don't want it to be the center line. I want it to be probably about there. This just helps me get a better... Wait, what did I measure? Oh my god, you guys. 7. Also, this pencil is green. Let's go to the other one. Well, the cool thing, Woosie, I'm going to call you Woosie because that's how I know you from Twitch. But it's easy to recognize you because I know your name. I know what you usually are. By the way, I am so glad you guys actually came over and hung out with me here. For some reason, I was so nervous to do this. It sounds ridiculous because I've been streaming for almost 5 years on Twitch. But yeah, just the nerves of trying something new, and I didn't know what to expect in terms of like who would be here. Am I gonna get trolled? Am I going to be talking to myself the whole time? Which is fine because I do that too. I'll just pretend Vader's here. They can delete one's channel when they think it's commercially not viable. Eh? Wow. That is... Seriously? Hi, Tom. Seeing you create your art. Welcome. Welcome to anybody who is new or watches my YouTube videos but has never done a live stream. Hello, or watched a live stream. Welcome. Hey, Corolla. I recognize your name too. Happy Friday. Yeah, slave. But the thing is, to me, being on YouTube or being on Twitch or being on Instagram, all of those things, the whole point is to diversify and to reach new audiences. So, like, I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna just go get big on YouTube now. Like, that is totally... There's no point in me thinking that way. The whole point is to just reach new audiences, and because I've already been growing my community on YouTube by posting lots of videos over the last few years, I feel like I know a lot of people through the comments and the messages I get, and everyone is so friendly, and it's really it's just fun to grow in all these different communities. It's also why I kind of started to enjoy Reddit, because I was really apprehensive about Reddit for a long time, but as soon as I started posting on there and realizing there's lots of really cool people, not just full of trolls, I don't really have a lot of time for it at the moment, but I was enjoying it when I was doing it regularly. But I'm gonna just be doing, for my YouTube live streams, we'll obviously just be hanging out and chatting like usual, but I'm also gonna try to explain things as I go more than I would on Twitch, like slightly geared more towards the educational side of things. Listening to the podcast with Dina, got halfway through, but it made me think, conversation with her inspire, motivate you to look over where you are heading with your goals and make these changes. I was actually thinking about this for a long time. By the time I talked to Dina, I had pretty much made up my mind. And I do, like, I've watched her streams for a while and we've chatted before, but she's just so inspiring in general. If you guys don't know who we're talking about, it's Dina Norland. She is also on YouTube and everywhere, so you can go check her out. But yeah, interviewing her was definitely a big push for me to like chase what I really want to do. All right, I think I caught up with chat. Guys, I don't know how the whole tagging system works in chat, if you're able to tag my name. But if you do type my entire name, it highlights for me. So if you have a question or if I'm missing something important, please do that. Don't do it to troll me, but it does help me see something that I might otherwise miss. And thank you so much to Woosie and Slave of Hell for helping moderate chat. I really appreciate it, as well as everyone who came over from Twitch, since a lot of you guys are... You know me pretty well. You can, if you want to help answer questions, if anyone comes up with something, then you're more than, like, of course that's very appreciated. So I'm just drawing my horizon. I'm going to do a little bit of some mountains in the background. I don't need to really worry about my sketch too much because I already... it's going to be a watercolor wash, and then I'm going to be doing a little bit of some gouache on top of it. So even if I draw my lines kind of dark, it's going to be mostly covered up. You could hear it in your way of talking. Yeah. Norland, sorry. Yes, thank you for posting that link. Sorry, I missed that question. Finish your first commission and you got paid for it. Yuxun, that is awesome. How do you feel? Is it so exhilarating or what? All right, center line is about here. I usually try to avoid having main elements of my painting and cross in a center in the center line, or like cutting the paper in half. So I usually do it like I'll find the center and then kind of go to the left. Like for instance, the sun is shining through the standing stones here, so I'm gonna put it, instead of in the center, I'm gonna do it slightly to the left. So kind of, and a really quick thing about composition. So if I have, this is my mock-up, as I said, that I'm gonna be painting. Let's see. I wanted to show you guys. I'm still getting used to how this program works. Wait, there we go. So this is the sun, obviously. And instead of having it directly in the center, what I can do is kind of move it to the right. And by making this the bright focal point, the eye is going to go there almost immediately. But then the diagonal lines of the clouds will start to kind of move your eye around. So it'll kind of like circle around, because that's what draws you in. The sky is going to be really attractive, so it'll like pull you up into that. And then the stones themselves are drawing you back down with the vertical pattern that you see there. And I can like complement, or kind of, yeah, I guess complement the bright spot here by doing a larger shadowy figure here, or stone. Does that make sense? I don't know if that's helpful to hear my way of thinking about it. And the lines in the foreground that are highlight, so the sun is like streaming across the grass, that'll be kind of like leading you back to the focus, which is the sun and the sky. So it kind of all just like helps your eyes stay in the focal point. YouTube has auto mod, does it? I don't have any links to post. Well, I disabled Nightbot to like you can post a link to something you're working on, I think. It's not gonna, Nightbot isn't gonna purge you or anything. Who wants to test it out? Who wants to be the first? I'm just gonna like lightly draw my figure, or I keep calling them figures, but I meant standing stones, until I get them in the correct place, and then I'll make the lines a little bit darker. But one thing I like to do when I'm sketching, I like to hold my pencil really loosely and just let it like dance across the surface of the paper. That way I'm not creating like, I'm not really putting pressure on it to create a solid permanent line, because you can erase pencil on watercolor paper if it's light enough, but if you do press really hard and you make an indent and like get the graphite really into the fibers, it's super hard to erase, or sometimes impossible. So I just make sure I'm careful at first. It got removed because it had a link. Oh, I thought it was for a different reason. There has to be a way to turn that off. That's just silly. Like, we should be able to control all that. I don't know if that's something that the moderators can do, or if I have to do it. You have no sword, but you have a wrench. If you could dodge a sword, you can dodge a wrench. Or something like that. Earthquake! How's the music volume for you guys? I just wanted it to be really light in the background. I don't want it to be distracting or anything. But you guys can play your own music if you want to. Wrench is much cooler. The interesting thing is on Twitch, the wrench icon means you are Twitch staff. So does it make you feel really important to have that? It's perfect. Awesome. Thanks for letting me know. You work at Google. Is that going to be your new derp emote? The upside down smiley face? It works pretty well, actually. I'm happy with that. So I'll just make a couple of the lines a little bit darker, because they might get washed away during the first wash. We'll see. Underpaid robots. Yeah. Oh my goodness, Loveless Angel, is that you, Kira? It's obvious because of your icon. Hello. Uh-oh, Kira doesn't have a sword or a wrench. Uh-oh. Don't ban Kira just because you want to. Aww. Did you forget what your YouTube name was? Google makes it pretty hard to change your name too. You have to go through like... Wait, is it... You can only change it once? In YouTube? Or am I thinking of the wrong thing? Can't change it. Yeah, it's like some really weird process. I was thinking about how strange the internet is these days. Like, most people who have used the internet a few times in their life kind of understand how everything works in terms of like we all have our own username, and we have to like sign up for an email and activate accounts by like putting our email in, and it's like how we identify who we are and how companies trust who we are. And it's such a strange concept when I start breaking it down like that and thinking about it. Song is really cool. I'm using what is it called? Pretzel Rock Radio, which is a service that you can use for copyright-free music. And well, they have like a YouTube safe mode that you can be in that makes it so it'll be okay. And you can also choose whether you want vocals or not, which I turn off, so it's like less distracting. But I have a collection of about an hour and something of songs that I really like that I've saved so far. But they have tons of stations, like of all different genres. It's definitely worth checking out. You change it 3 times in 60 days. Wait, really? I remember trying to change my... Oh, maybe I'm thinking of Etsy. You have to like get approval by them to change your name, and you can only change it once. Nice and quiet death metal. Can't be changed for your account. Hi, Alex. Am I outed now? We know your name. Welcome. Your hair's so long. Thank you. Isn't it ridiculous? Look at... It's... And I just cut it. Like, maybe not even a month ago. I chopped at least 2 inches off. I think it was more than that, actually. But, yeah. You missed the spoons. I think my bot is on, so technically you could be chilling in the Twitch chat and I think gaining spoons. All right, let's start with that. Actually, I don't know why I used that. I don't need that yet. I think I should get... Actually, no, we'll just go with it. We're just gonna do it. I'm going to clear this bottom part of the palette out. Lost daughter of Elrond. Yeah, Arwen's my older sister. She's always stealing the attention. Mr. Epic. Gonna see how many you have, and then when it ends, see how many you have then. Oh, good idea. I think you get less spoons when I'm offline in the Twitch chat, but you still get some. People who don't know about Twitch currency, the chat games, they're gonna be like, wait, what are you talking about? Spoons? Come to the live Twitch streams and you'll find out. Alright, I am going to get the palette all set up. I think I have some of these colors on my palette already, so I'm just gonna drop the ones that aren't there. That one's already there. Helio turquoise is so crazy saturated, so vibrant. So I don't need to have, that one's there. I need to refill my quinacridone. You're trying to scout now? Wait, can you? I thought it wasn't allowed when I wasn't live. Oh no. Okay, bye. Bye forever. Akira's gone. She's hanging out in the other chat, hunting for zombies. Wait, Kira changed her name. Oh, I get it. How'd you do it so fast? Oh wait, is that color? No, that's... I need to do a little test because I don't know if that's the right color. Let's see if this... Come on. Let's see if that matches what's in this tube. Oh, that was a bit much. I think it is the same color. You're having a private conversation in the Twitch chat. Oh no. So there's probably some people who forgot that I'm streaming on YouTube today instead, and they're gonna show up in the chat and be like, wait, there's people here though. Oh well. The more confusion, the better. Yeah, that's the same. Maybe. Although this looks slightly... Maybe it's just because I used more pigment. This is... What other color could that be, though? Let's get out the master list. I don't have a ton of green. Diopside green. Wait. This isn't even updated with all my colors. Oh, is this one? This is the true master list. Permanent green. Permanent olive. Permanent green olive, I think, is the one I'm using. Is that one. And I think what's on my palette already is permanent green light. No. Maybe it is that one. Yeah. Must be. And because... Although no, it might be diopside green. Yeah, it is. Okay, crap. Okay, so what's on my palette is diopside green, and I need it to be... We'll figure it out. What are you guys doing in chat? Wait. What are you doing? Stop banning each other. We need to appear normal. Am I not green enough for you? You guys don't have colors in chat. Spoiled genius. Hello. Hi, Dennis. Oh, I recognize you. It's so fun when I actually know someone in someone's name. How are you? I'm just getting started, still kind of setting up my palette. I'm also clearly such a noob at streaming on YouTube. It's a little bit rocky, but we'll figure it out. Okay, let's put the proper green on my palette. Normal, not a chance. That's true. I just don't want to scare away any new people. Let them feel safe before we terrify them, guys. I needed to test how the timeout works. Oh, okay. Can you unban her, or is she like banned for 300 seconds? Helvetica, hello. It's confusing. Helvetica, I know. That's the thing. Everyone's name is a little different here, so we have to get used to it. At least I've recognized most people. Or if someone is here who usually comments on my videos, I definitely recognize their name. Because a lot of times the same people comment, which is really cool. So first things first. My strategy for the sunset is going to be indigo down into a wash of the helio turquoise and like let that fade into nothing. Then once that's dry, I'm gonna come back in with the permanent mauve and overlay so we get this color because it's like a glazing, and then that'll fade down into the nickel azo yellow, so you'll get a little orangey here and there. And then later, if we need to, as I said, this is a gouache and watercolor combo painting, so I can come back in if I want to and do a little bit of some cloud action, but I'm trying to teach myself how to think about layering with glazes, knowing that I'm going to be doing gouache later, which is a little strange thing for me, but not having emotes. I know that is really hard. The Twitch emotes are amazing. Do you find it useful to mist your paper before you lay down your paint? I don't mist it. I actually get it wet with a brush. Mostly because I want to make sure it's consistent. If you mist it, you can get some spotting or like you could accidentally have some dry paper. But I do find it useful to mist a painting. If I'm doing a big wash and things are drying a little bit too fast, then I'll sometimes mist it because I don't need like a ton of water on it. I just need a few to keep like a little bit of moisture on there. You know what I mean? I don't have a super fine mister. I have this bigger water bottle, so it can get decently fine mist, just not to the point of like one of those smaller ones, which I do need to get because those are really nice, and I would also use them for plein air painting. By the way, you guys, Dennis in chat, he is a YouTuber that I watch all the time. He does plein air paintings. And I've binge watched all his videos when I first found him, which is like years of videos. And now I get to watch them as they go live, as they get published, which is nice. So I highly recommend that you guys go check out his channel. He's really cool. Oh man, Dennis, your videos in the desert were really nice. And especially it was cool because I recognized the guys you were painting with. You've been placed in a timeout. Oh, that's so cute, Kira. So you're in the timeout corner when you get banned? When you get in trouble in chat? Hi, Violet. It confuses you. That's okay, I understand. Enjoy your lurk. I hope it's good background noise. I figured for most people the YouTube streams would just be background noise. All right. Pick out a handful of colors I like, a limited palette, and make a color mixing chart and then paint a painting. Studio, yes, painting with me. Who else is doing art right now? There's no way to unban and no way to adjust the timeout. Really? You looked it up, the commands? You feel thoroughly disrespected and I want my swords back. The Twitch sword. Oh my goodness, nevermore. Hello, Video Kid. Okay, let's get the paper wet. Laying in the first... One thing I'm trying to teach myself is to think of, as I said already, think about the painting in more layers and doing like glazing. So that, in order to do that, I'm trying to think of, like thinking of a different process, how it would work with layering versus doing everything in one go. And it's a really interesting mind shift that happens. It's much less stressful to do glazing, as long as you know, have a good plan of action. All right, that should do. That's gonna be my, I'll let that sit for a second so it can absorb into the fibers. And then I'll start mixing. I want lots of that. Yeah, there's like something on the paper. All right, so that's gonna fade down. Got lots of excess water. Make you want a donut. A glazed donut. It doesn't give you a time limit or a reason. Okay, that's good to know. So mods, do not ban people lightly. Okay? Like don't even mess around with it. Cool. So first layer done. While that dries, I'm gonna work on a little mini guy. I think we'll just do, oh actually no, I brought my, you guys, I brought my hairdryer, well Wolfie's hairdryer up. I never use a hairdryer, but with glazing, I think it's important, or not important, but like much easier. You guys. All right, so I'm gonna mute myself when I actually do it, but that's because I banned certain words, Woosie. Because when I first set it up, I didn't know how many mods I would have, if I would have any. What brush am I using? Scared to write? Don't be scared. See guys, you have to make people feel more welcome. People are scared. This is a... Well, let's make sure it doesn't drip all over my paper. This one, the large brush, it's a big mop brush. It's an Escoda, number 18. This is the specific line, the Ultimo. One of my favorite brushes for big washes. Hey, Corvulas! Will this be replayed on your channel? I have to go sad. Yes, this will. That's one of the nice things is that it'll just become an automatic replay, and there's even going to be a chat replay so you can read things and you can see who I'm talking to if I'm answering questions and such. So yeah, if you miss it or have to go, you can always just check out my previous videos. This will be there. All right, so I'm going to mute myself just for a second while I dry this. Hi, Mullen. No quotes. Yes, I'm finally safe. No quoting. All right, have a good day. You need to do your exercise here first, I think. Yeah, doing the color swatches really helps, and especially doing like a glazing chart like this. So basically what that means is I just use 50% opacity. And so for instance, Indian red and nickel azo yellow, those are 100% straight out of the tube almost. But if they're 50-50 overlaid onto each other, that's what I get. And same with these, the permanent mauve and the helio turquoise, around 50-50, this is what I get. So that's a really useful chart. It doesn't take very long either. It's fun. I love doing swatch charts. That's what I have so many. You're totally putting them on Twitch. No, that's not fair. All right, I'm gonna dry the painting now. 1 second. I'll be muted, but I'm still here. Okay, that's good enough for now. I am gonna let it sit for just a second and cool off. Let's put this somewhere safe. Okay. Let's just do a really quick little guy while we wait. Let that settle just a minute. I almost dipped my brush. I almost dipped my pencil in my water. Wow. All right, I want to do a birch tree again. Oops. Oh my goodness, you guys. I went for a really long walk in the forest yesterday. It was, oh my gosh, it was so incredible. I wish I could, actually I could show you an image. There's this one section of the forest that when you kind of go up a hill and you're up higher, the whole thing is just birch trees pretty much. And there's one section of really bright leaves still, like just one little section, and the rest of it is all, they've all fallen off already. So like most of it looks like this. Here, I'll make it smaller so you can see the whole thing. So I took a bunch of photos. Most of it looks like this, kind of bare, but it's still really pretty. Like I still enjoy it. But then this one section is almost on fire with color. And the sun was not shining when I first got there, and I was like, oh, that's really pretty. And I started taking a bunch of photos, but then the sun came out and it started to like seriously glow. Here, I'll show you. So now I have all these amazing references of birch trees, which is one of my favorite kinds of trees to paint. I paint them all the time. Like, look at that with the sun coming through. It was like a canopy of gold. And then there's also some areas that were really mossy still. I'll just show you a couple more photos from yesterday because, oh, it was so good. So there's lots of moss-covered trees in the forest, which looks amazing this time of year because you get the gorgeous, almost complementary colors when it's a red and orange leaves next to the mossiness. This is like the pathway, one of the main paths. I kind of go off path in certain areas because it's just, there's certain like hidden places that are amazing. But like, look at the bright reddish brown leaves on the ground next to the bright green moss. It's so good. Like, I did a bunch of sketching. I actually did a marker sketch and recorded it for YouTube. I'll put that video up next week. But I'm so inspired. So let's see, we want to paint the birch trees. So there were a couple moments where the sun was just peeking through a hint, like illuminating the forest floor in just a couple beams. This one here, let me find my favorite one. Ooh, no, actually this one isn't my favorite, but it's really cool because just like pieces of the tree are illuminated and the rest is really dark. It was 1 o'clock and the sun was so low in the sky that it was like almost coming in horizontally, which made for really dramatic scenes, but I was like, no, I want it to be brighter because it was so cold. Okay, let's find a reference. Let's do the birch trees. Hey, Evangeline. Next Life in Scotland. Yes. I think I like this one. Oops. Don't move that. this. I'm gonna put that underneath my picture for now, just so you know my reference for this little guy. We'll go back to the other painting in a minute. Gonna have to lurk for a bit. Okay, no worries. I think we're okay. I'm not too worried. Like a little cluster of birch. Start work in 5 minutes. Aw. Chocolate cupcake, 15 seconds, microwave oven. Eh? What is this witchcraft? 15-second cupcake? Or you have a chocolate cupcake and you're warming it for 15 seconds. That sounds so good. Let's do a couple branches. I'm not going to draw every branch because I'll probably come back and do those a little more spontaneously. But these were some of my tree paintings from the last Twitch stream. So that's kind of the idea that I'm going for. This is what my Patreons are getting this month for the Patreon postcard tier. The fall colors mixed with a little bit of some ink. These were some of the test ones that I did, which I like, but I want to do more like this for the postcards. And then these were the cooler color palettes. So that's our inspiration. Is anyone else painting? I know Studio said that she's gonna do some color charts and painting. Need a better reference on my computer. I want a close-up of the branches. Oh, there we go. Looking forward to receiving one. Yay! I think my goal is to ship out all of the Patreon goodies with Kickstarter packages next week so that you get it all at once. Which means that I need to paint all of the postcards this weekend and package everything this weekend. Let's get some vibrant yellow in the back with that nickel azo yellow. Soul mod power. Good luck. Thank you. I think it'll be fine. Once I buckle down and just get into the mode, I'll put on a movie in the background or something and just... The most tedious part of the Kickstarter packages is that I have to manually make all the labels. So I have to copy paste every single person's name and address into my Dymo printer software, because there's no way for me to export it without there being weird errors, especially with a lot of the foreign addresses. Some of the symbols aren't like translating over, so I get weird like boxes and question marks in the middle of someone's name or address. It's like, what the heck? So for a lot of them, it's just like a manual thing. But it's worth it because then I know everything is done right and I can just double check it all myself. I don't trust the robots. Good luck, Kira. We'll see you later. Umlauts. Umlauts? Is that what they're called? I think I've heard that before. But yeah, it's fine. It's just one of those things. And it's not like I have thousands of packages to do. It's 100 and something, which sounds also like a lot in a way, but it's manageable by myself. Wolfie's away for a concert, so I can't enlist him to help me with packages. Then again, I'm kind of a control freak, so I don't even know if I'd be able to bring myself to do that. Like I think I would be annoyed with the amount of time it takes to explain everything when I could have just done it myself and make sure it's perfect. That's seriously not pronounceable. Water. Make sure you guys are drinking water. If you're hanging out for hours, keep drinking water. You can pronounce it. Yeah, it's not super familiar for me. Hi, Chris. Z-Lady Sip. Is there a sip emote? Like one of the standard emotes? Oh my gosh. We just watched the newest, well not the newest, one of the new episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and it was the one where, wait, what is it called? The gang learns texting or something like that. It was so funny. So awkward. Throwing paint around. What freedom? What do you mean, Dennis? Like splattering, you mean? I love making a mess. Gonna get some Potter's Pink. Potter's Pink is always really hard to reactivate, so I have to like grind my brush into it. Fantasia. Oh, hello. I knew your name looked familiar. The fun part about these paintings is that it's okay if things get a little blurry and mixed up, because once I start doing the ink, that's when most of the shapes are defined. And then once that's dry, I kind of love how loose it looks, even though, like, if you look past the ink on this, you can see how many things that were bleeding into each other, and there's like, yeah, just craziness in the background. I remembered you. Of course. At the Standing Stones, it won't let me share the link through the Google bot. Must have good taste in art. It won't let you share the link. Eh? What the heck? What if I click on your name? Can I, like... No, I can't do anything. So only mods can add links or something? I'll look into that after today's stream, because I want you guys to be able to share stuff. I want to see what everyone's working on. Sorry about that. Send it to Discord. Okay, cool. Excellent. Rue, your alert failed. Oh no. How did you do it? Did you have it set up to like alert you for all videos or just the live stream? Because I think it might have been my fault. I had a lot of glitches when I first started the stream today. And like a few people were waiting in the other channel where I kept like linking that channel, telling people to like save to bookmark that link, and that one never like refreshed and went live automatically. So people were over there just like no one was there answering them, and I was over here being live. So yeah, it might have been my fault, and I'm really sorry. But now that I've done it once, I know what to do, and I know that like I have to press buttons in a certain order in order for it to work. Sorry. Hopefully next time will go really smooth. Two alerts in your email? 2 alerts? Ah, sorry guys. Alert spam. Well, to be fair, I had a lot of glitches when I started streaming on Twitch too, way back in the day. So, I've watched lots of tutorials on streaming on YouTube, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I know how to do this, but you really don't know until you press go live or, you know, press the buttons and try it. How are you guys doing though? What's up? What are you doing today? Happy Friday, by the way. Oh, I want to remind you guys again about this in the future, but the paint along in December originally was going to be December 14th, but I found out that we're going to a holiday party that weekend. So basically all my weekends in December are shot except for the first one, but I can't do it on the Saturday. So it's going to be on a Sunday for the first time ever. First time in over 4 years or something. 3 or 4 years. So try to remember that. It's going to be December 1st, and it's going to be here on YouTube because I want to start doing it that way. It saves me an entire day of encoding, editing, and uploading. That's what I used to do. It took me almost an entire day. So by doing it this way, all I need to do after the stream is press make video private and have it for my patrons. So it's a million times better for me. And a great Australian landscape with gum trees, scribbly bark trees. I love painting almost all trees. So yeah, I should check that out. Oh my goodness, it's Leslie, aka May. Hi, May. Wow, it's so cool to see everyone come over and say hi on YouTube. How are you? Good morning. Have you woken up yet? Have you got out of bed and made yourself coffee? I'm just working on a little sketch for Patreon. This is the main painting I'm doing today. Oh, you can't really see it. I'm doing the Standing Stones of Callanish, and I'm doing a sunset scene. But I'm waiting for that. I was letting that first layer dry completely because I'm doing a glazing technique. Thank you. I love how everyone knows each other too. It's so nice. I saw a few new people earlier though, or not, like I recognize their names because people comment on my YouTube videos, so I start to like remember people's names out of the repetition. And I saw a few people earlier that I recognized. Say hi. But if anyone else is lurking and just wants to chat, please don't be afraid. Or if you have questions, go for it. Just throw it in chat. This one's pretty wild. Hey, Frederick. Altaris, hello. I apologize if it takes me a little while to get used to your YouTube names. But if you keep reminding me or if I ask, repetition will help over time. So the other painting is ready. I'm going to switch back to that one. Set this one aside. Look at the texture. Okay, let's close the ink bottle so I don't spill it all over this too. Alright, now the strategy for the next layer on this one is to flip it upside down. Make sure I'm not covered in ink. last thing I want to do is touch it with a giant glob of ink on my hands. You're already offended. Wait, what? Oh, by the names? The name thing? Well, you know. Sometimes you just got to get your freak on. That was a Michael Scott quote. All right, so I'm going to do a little bit of the nickel azo yellow in the horizon, and that will fade up to the mauve, the permanent mauve. Which I want to make sure is nice and wet on the palette. You appreciated it, okay. I know it's your first go at The Office, so I don't expect you to memorize all the quotes, but I thought maybe they'd be a little familiar. You can't quote me, it's wonderful. Okay, for this glaze, I'm not gonna get the paper wet first. I'm just gonna slowly fade it. I want a little bit of streakiness, so I'm gonna keep going back and the final thing, once I get closer to the top, we want to add a final layer of the indigo so that it becomes really dark. A quote, I don't think you can add quotes. Wait, maybe you can. It's Nightbot after all. All right, so there's our first glaze layer. Switch to my slightly smaller brush. This would be the worst timing for like a delivery when I'm sitting here trying to do wet into wet. And I am expecting a delivery, so it always makes me a little paranoid. Just make sure the edges are doing what I need them to do, not pooling up. So if I flip it around, you can kind of get an idea of the streaky sunset. This is just the base though. As a reminder, what I'm trying to do is practice my layering, doing the glazing, and then thinking about the fact that I want to come back in and add a little bit of gouache and build up the depth and the realism by adding another layer. So I don't have to get everything done in this first section, in this first area, first go. And the reason I'm not just using straight up gouache, even though you can water down gouache and use it like watercolor, the problem is that you can reactivate it unless you're using acrylic gouache, then it's permanent. But I don't want to be able to reactivate my first layer on accident. I want it to be permanent. And then I can come back. Plus I also just love how watercolor looks when it's kind of bleeding and flowing together. So I want to be able to come back once this is dry and add the additional layers and build up the realism. Okay, we're gonna use the hairdryer one more time. So I'm gonna mute myself just for a second. All right, the bottom part is at least dry, and that's all I care about at the moment. Because then I can come back and do my horizon. As a reminder, I showed this at the beginning of stream, but this is my digital mock-up. This is my reference that I'm using for the painting. And mainly did this to get an idea of what colors I wanted to use. Obviously the colors will differ a little bit because, well, I'm not a good enough digital painter to mimic the real colors that I want to use. But it's a good starting point at least and gives me an idea. And it's also fun because then I can, like I drew my sun in there, I can just move it around if I'm like, oh, actually I want it to be a little bit like lower on the horizon, kind of like that. As I'm going, I might, you know, make little changes like that, depending on how I need to react to my painting. So, anyways. Let's pull up. Could see you making the painting. They would think you're a witch. That's a really crazy idea, yeah. If they could see YouTube, even like, excuse me. They could watch someone burping live on YouTube. Have you not seen her familiar? Speaking of, well, I need to go on a little rant for a second. Oh my gosh. So last night we were playing the Divinity Original Sin 2 game, which is like that really fun role-playing open world sandbox kind of game with magic and stuff. And I have a black cat familiar. We walked up to this fort and there were a bunch of like guards standing there. And we were just like in the middle of this courtyard, kind of minding our own business. Wolfie was like getting ready to attack them, but he hadn't done anything. And one of the guards up on this ledge just like looked over at us and shot my cat with an arrow. And I literally cried. Cause like in my head it was Vader. It was so traumatizing. And then of course I just went nuts and I killed everyone with all my magic spells. But oh my gosh. I could not believe how attached I was and how emotional it was. It was horrible. So is this the one I used? Yeah. They take the hairdryer. I'm gonna use the burnt orange and the permanent green olive to make that kind of earthy green. Or olive green, I guess. So I'll start with my... Actually, you know what? I'll probably do a layer of the burnt orange because it's so vibrant. And it's gonna be underneath most of the land. It'll just make like a nice warm undertone to the whole painting, to the whole lower area. There's some interesting textures happening in the sky if you look up close. Can you see that granulation? I don't know if it's visible. Okay, muting myself for a second just to dry this layer. All right, back. We'll catch the rest on catch up. Have been painting along. Really, Dove? Hope you guys are enjoying it. Okay, so next. This is where I'm going to use my salts. On my first layer of the green. I only really need hint of it. It's going to be much darker in the final layer. But I can't blow dry this because the salt takes a little while to do what it needs to do. So I'll let this sit for like 10-15 minutes and we'll work on another little guy for now. And then when we come back, I'll remove the salt and do one more layer of darker shadowy tones, which will give us that'll give us the shadows of the stones going across the land. And this will be our lighter color of the grass. So that'll be like our lightest sunlit grass tone. So that is gonna be up here to dry, and we'll bring back the small ones. Oh my gosh, I feel like I have to sneeze. It's driving me crazy. Are you enjoying it? Yeah, I am, Moosey. It's very similar to my Twitch streams. It's just that I'm trying to remember to explain things as I go, in case anyone out there is using it to learn. Which I don't always do on my Twitch streams unless someone asks, so yeah. I think I'm just a little distracted by the fact that it's like we had all those glitches when we first started the stream, and that threw me off a little bit. I just want people to have a good experience watching it. Alright, let's free this one. Oops. Great, as soon as we adjust to the differences. Yeah, thanks for saying that. I hope so. It's what is it? What time is it? 3:45. So I've only been streaming for like almost 2 hours. Brush. I put my chapstick. Chapstick. Also, you guys make sure you're stretching once in a while. I haven't been doing that, and that's bad of me. But I'll take like a real break, a few minutes, once we hit 2 hours, just to stretch and maybe have a bite of granola bar or something. I know I've done a similar theme as this in previous years for the Patreon postcards, so I kind of want to look, I don't know if I have any photos of those, but I want to look back and see how I've progressed over time, or if it's kind of the same. That would be really interesting. This is usually the time of day on my Twitch channel where it gets kind of quiet. So I'm wondering if it'll be similar over here. I mean, not always. Sometimes we have like someone raids us and that brings a lot of action, but yeah. Okay. Oh, I might need to, during my break, I really need to remember to get new water because look at this. This is so dirty. It's mostly blue and green, which is okay. It's just really hard to get non-tinted yellow when it's like this. Birchwood standing stones remind you of Duncton Wood, a book series set in England. Oh. Hey, Danilo, is that how you say your name? Danilo? Could I ask how many subs we are on Twitch? How many like, do you mean how many followers I have or how many subs? Both? I would have to look up because I don't know off the top of my head. It definitely fluctuates quite a bit, depending on the year, the time of year. Hi, Jared. Hey. Do you want me to call you by your real name or your Twitch name? People will get really confused if I call you by your Twitch name, I think. But it would also be hilarious. Okay, so on Twitch, I have, well, it says 19,000 followers, but it doesn't tell me the exact number because I'm on my stream dashboard. Wait, can I go to my other dashboard still? They keep changing things. Oh no, so they rounded up on the new dashboard. So I actually have, wait, come back. Oh God, stop. 18,696 followers and 136 subscribers, but it's actually 149 sub points because a few people have the higher tier subs, which counts as more. But usually the subscriber number is anywhere between 100 and 200, and honestly, it fluctuates so much throughout the year. Like, it's different every single month. It's different every other week. So I don't really pay attention to it. All I know is that, oops, I just minimized my whole screen. I get paid on the 15th of every month or so, and it's give or take £100. So it's not like a reliable income for me. I can't say like that's all I need to live on. But it is a huge help. It helps so much. But the fact that I'm reducing my Twitch streams and kind of spreading out, and like, you know, obviously I'm doing here on YouTube, and I'm working on other projects offline, doing various commissions and other things. Like, I know that number is gonna drop, so I have to make up for it elsewhere. First time seeing you live and thoroughly enjoying it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so glad you're liking it. I haven't messed up too bad yet. Whatever's most pleasing to you, I'll answer to either. Awesome. Yay, Sacred Heart Tarot. I am still live. Probably go for another hour, 2 hours. Yes, that is Woosie. There, Jared, we have quite a few people here who are regulars on Twitch, but have different names over on YouTube, so it's gonna take a little getting used to. If anyone is here, if you want to post in chat right now, your Twitch username, we'll be able to see them side by side as a quick example. Especially if you stream, I would like you to tell people about yourself. A name spreadsheet? Well, I had a spreadsheet going for years about people I met through Twitch, just so I could remember everything, because I have such a horrible memory. Oh yeah, most people don't know your name is Jared. I just realized that. But I guess I know just because I send you things, and also your Instagram name. But yeah. I should have known from the rude entrance. Oh, I feel like, did I answer a question? Or did I even have a question? What was I talking about? I was just rambling. I'm sorry. Did I finish it? Oh man. See, this is the signs that I'm comfortable is that I just will continue to ramble. How are you able to paint while holding the pad? I always have to lay it flat on a surface. Doesn't your hand get tired? It does if I'm holding a bigger sketchbook. If I'm like outside doing plein air, I've had my hand like cramp up before when I'm trying to hold on to it. But this is just a really tiny postcard pack, so it's very light. I can almost not even feel it, and it's just resting in the on my fingertips. But I do know that feeling from being outside and doing that once in a while. My iPad does that to me sometimes when I'm on the couch and I get into like a really bad posture. I'm like leaning back and just being like really lazy, and I'm holding onto my iPad. My hands will start to cramp up because I'm trying to hold it, and it's like I hold it up closer to me because I can't see very well, so I should just use my little laptop stand thingy when I'm in there, but nice. Oh, smaller brush. Oh yeah, I was talking about the Twitch subscribers and the change and all of that. Yeah, I've noticed over the last what? I started in 2015. Oh yeah. Oh my god, it's almost 5 years now. Ah, that's crazy. I've noticed that just over the years, the Twitch subscribers fluctuates so much, so it's just not a reliable thing for me to pay attention to. It is possible to, I mean, some people do like subathons, and they like focus on getting more subs all the time because it is their whole income, which I completely understand, but it hasn't ever been that for me. It's always been just like one piece of the puzzle. And because of that, it just fluctuates so much, because some months we'll get like 100 gift subs and all of a sudden it shoots up, or then other months it's really quiet and we like go down a lot. And if you just think about that all the time, it will be so depressing. So I definitely recommend not obsessing about that unless it is your sole source of income, and then unfortunately you kind of have to play the game. Gonna play the guessing game. Well, it is gonna be a guessing game for me for a while until I get used to everybody's new names. I mean, not new, obviously, you guys have had your names for a while, but yeah, it's new to me. But it was kind of scary to think about the change and knowing that my Twitch income will go down once I initiate that change. Because even though it isn't my full income, it's not that reliable, it's still something, and it really does help. So now I really can't let myself slide on all my other projects. Like, I'm gonna have to definitely make sure I seriously consider every commission inquiry and do the art fairs and all of that stuff that I've been working towards. So thinking about passive income becomes really important in that case. Passive income is just income that you make without doing anything directly to make it. So it could be a video that you made and uploaded to Gumroad and people pay $1 to watch, or it could be a painting that you made and then you sell prints of it. It's like stuff that's just available for people to purchase, or it could be some people monetize their videos, or all of that. But one thing that I'm heavily working on right now in the background is, well, one of the many things is a portfolio to apply to illustration agencies with. Because I've realized through doing Tree Girl, there were some times where I was like, this is so annoying, I'm never going to do this again. But overall, the experience was amazing and I really enjoyed it. And then doing the Sprout Inktober thingy, drawing Sprout, the little character, reminded me how fun it is. And I really want to chase that feeling, pursue that. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of wing it, I guess, and stop being afraid. Because that's, for the longest time, I was like, well, I'm not a trained illustrator. Like, who am I to think that I can apply to be a professional illustrator? Like, I always talked myself down from pursuing that, which is, don't do that, guys. If you want to do something, if you enjoy something, don't let yourself talk yourself out of it. So yeah, I'm working on making a portfolio for that, based on all the stuff that I currently love, because it's different than it was even a year ago. And I also wanted to represent the process that I love to do, because if I make a portfolio of all digital art, then people are going to hire me to make that style, and they'll have to do it in all digital art, which I don't want to do. I want to do a combination. So making a portfolio that reflects the actual process that I love to create, that I love to do, is really important, so that if they see it and they hire me for it, I actually get to do the process I love and not a random process that I just did to make money just to like get hired. So for the longest time, I just didn't really think about that. I was like, oh, I just have to fill my portfolio with examples of work and like show them that I can do things. And I guess that's true to some extent, but it is really important to show what you want to do. Otherwise, you'll get stuck doing jobs that you don't really care about or don't enjoy making. I realize no one is like actually talking to me about this in chat. I'm not answering anyone's question. I'm literally just rambling. So if you do have any questions, you can interrupt me. I'm not going anywhere with this besides, you know, just talking about what I'm thinking. So also, Leslie, you had your first official week of your new schedule, right? Obviously, you had been streaming one day a week before, but that was out of necessity because of your projects. So now that it's like official and you had your first stream during that, your official schedule, how do you feel about it? I can tell you that it's really awkward. Well, I'm trying to say your name so that anyone who's listening knows who I'm talking to. If I say May, not a lot of people will know that, so sorry. But yeah, this is my first week of my new schedule as well, and I already am really, really happy with my decision. As much as it would be great to like not have to change things. It's just not an option for me. I have to change things to survive. So, like getting past that point, I am like so happy because already this week I have worked on a few different projects that I didn't have the mental capacity to sit down and do for so long because I was overwhelmed. And the fact that like I was streaming every other day for so long, I couldn't have 2 solid days to like work on a thing. And sometimes a project takes 2 solid days to like get into. Sometimes 3 or 4. And if you constantly interrupt that, it's like you never get into the flow state. And that was why I felt like my stuff was suffering for so long, and I wasn't enjoying the process of a lot of things. So Yeah, I am so happy this week. I mean, I'm still scared. I'm like, who knows what's gonna happen? I might totally like bomb, and I don't know. There's always the fear that I'm doing the wrong thing, but it's just so refreshing to feel that excited and inspiration again. Thursday, kind of tiring. I expected that. Yeah, I can totally understand. It's gonna make such a difference staying on top of the schedule. Yeah. How do you overcome art block? I also create a lot of gouache landscapes, but I've been struggling for like 3 months now and just can't force myself to paint again. So first of all, I think it's silly to think about it this way, but try not to call it art block. Take away the power of that word. Because if you start thinking about it as art block, it becomes this big scary monster, this like dark cloud that's hanging over you, and you just worry about the fact that you have art block all the time. So instead, just like stop calling it that. Instead, just realize that sometimes your mind and even your body needs a break, a creative break, and you just have to live life. Like, you just have to go experience things. By experiencing life, you'll get inspired. And don't put any pressure on yourself to create during that time. When the time is right, when it strikes you, I mean, you're gonna know it because you'll just instantly need to paint. So if you can, just stop thinking about it and live life. That's really great. Otherwise, if you can't, if you have a job, like your art is your job, then I can recommend doing studies, like really hardcore repetition studies. Do master studies. Don't even worry about coming up with an awesome concept to paint it. Just sit down, do still life, go outside and paint life. Do figure drawing, do anything you can to remove the questioning of yourself and just do the work. Because by doing the work, you're at least building your skills so that by the time you get inspired again and you have that brilliant idea, you can sit down and do it without as much struggle because you have been practicing your skills. And it keeps you going. It keeps you painting. It keeps your hand and your hand-eye coordination going, your muscle memory, without taking a long time off. So those are my 2 suggestions. Maybe other people in chat have other suggestions. There's lots of artists hanging out here. Actually just did a podcast about that for not about that one thing, but I did a podcast for my Patreon and Twitch subscribers, and the person I interviewed, Melee Mouse, she talked about the same exact thing, and I thought that was really great because not a lot of people feel that way. Like they let the term art block kind of control them. But I always like to ask the artists that I'm interviewing about it because it is a big thing, and like everyone goes through it. Everyone has times when they just can't create anything that they like, or they don't even feel inspired, and they start worrying like, has the artist left the building? But no, it's just a phase. It's just a thing that we go through sometimes. If you find a change in medium or subject matter works best for you, having 2 very different pieces going at the same time and switching between them when you get burnt out on one really helps. Yeah, I love that. Since I already always do different mediums all the time, it's pretty easy for me. That might be why I don't really have art block ever, because I'm constantly going from oil to watercolor to gouache to so many different things, and every single time it's like it piques my curiosity. It's like, ooh, oh yeah, so that's how watercolor works, or oh yeah, that's right, oil needs to do this. And yeah, just you never get bored. You don't get stuck thinking about sometimes I do get stuck thinking about if what I'm doing is right, but then you just have to remind yourself there's no one right way to do things. There's definitely no manual for being an artist. Obviously, you can go to art school or you can take courses and they can teach you the popular way of doing things, but anybody can figure out their own way of doing things, even if you've never been trained before. The pen holder. I know, isn't it fun? You're enjoying this very much. Oh, I'm glad, Tom. Tried changing medium and that just made things worse because I jumped into acrylics without doing any research. Oh, that can be rough too. I think we were, well, maybe Leslie was. Anyway, I was just gonna say that I was thinking along the lines of doing different things that I already know how to do. I mean, I'm not an expert at any one thing, but I'm already pretty familiar with lots of different mediums, so jumping between them isn't like starting from scratch, which can be really daunting on its own. Oh my goodness. that can be discouraging if you try it and you feel like you failed. So I think you just need to give yourself time. Give yourself some mental, emotional space from your art. Think about why you create art in the first place. Because, I don't know, like, if I have to think about it from my perspective, my painting is a reaction to my environment. So without my environment, it doesn't exist. So if I don't go out and if I don't spend time in nature, if I don't immerse myself in the landscape on a regular basis, then I have no purpose to do art. So it's tough, and you have to be excited about what you do, right? So you gotta feed that art monster inside you. Keep having different experiences until you find something that really excites you. And you never know where that comes from. It could be something that you really didn't expect. What I really like about YouTube stream is that I have no lagging or buffering whatsoever. I always get that on Twitch. Yeah, Corvulus, I feel the same. The live streams that I watch, I've never had weird glitches or problems with the actual technical side of it. But as a viewer on Twitch, I always have problems, which is just really unfortunate. There's other things I like better about Twitch, but that part is a very nice change for being on YouTube. Kept these trees a little bit more purplish rather than putting a lot of blue into them, but kind of like that. It's gonna be fun to take a photo of all these together. Usually before I send out my Patreon postcards, I do a huge collage on my table or on my floor and lay them out in a nice pattern or nice grid, and it's so just cool seeing them all together like that. I didn't used to do that, and I wish I had, because I've sent out so many postcards over the years that I have no record of, besides like maybe a snapshot or two on my phone. Alright, So check out this salt texture, you guys. That is the result of what, 10, 15, 20 minutes of waiting for it to do its action. That is intense. So I can use that now. I'm going to be painting over it, obviously, but I can use it in a way to create the texture of the ground cover, which is mostly grass. So what I'm going to do is take a couple minute break. I'm going to go refill my water because it's really gross. It's all blue, basically. I'm going to scrape off the salt, and then I don't need any more water. I might have a bite of my granola bar, but yeah. Salty. Nicely seasoned painting. Ashley, hello, Troop. How are you? Good morning. Troop of Echoes is in the building. I'm not Troop. I know, isn't it weird? Jared is Itchy Nipples, and there's Leslie Casilli. She's Mighty May. Anthea, hello. Welcome. Okay, guys, I'm going to quickly take a little break. I'm going to put my BRB screen on. Let me change that. And... oh, the fox is talking to people on my Twitch channel. I'm going to turn that off for a second. But yeah, I'll be right back, guys. Just give me like 2 minutes. Hello again. Little Vader. Okay, Had a bite of my granola bar. Got some fresh water. Oh, I forgot to scrape the salt. Clean my desk off later. It's nice and gritty. Close the ink so we don't get a spill. All right. So, next step. Yep. So salty. So gritty. What you doing, little boy? Wow. He's been entertaining himself for 2 days. Almost all day when I'm in my office with one of those little twisty ties that come with cords and stuff that like hold them together, and cardboard. It's like a flat piece of cardboard on my floor, and that combined is his whole world right now. What are you doing? Poor baby. It's like, nope, it's not all his toys. It's not his cat tower. It's a freaking twisty tie and a flat piece of cardboard. So if you can hear the scraping, I'm sorry. Yeah, they just want to play. Light white footprints on the desk. Oh my god. I don't know if I can show you. Can you see the remnants? Can you see what's on my standing desk? That's just one little glimpse of it. Did I show you guys that? Like how it's art. I'm keeping it there both as a reminder to myself not to trust him in the middle of the night. So it reminds me to never leave out anything that he could potentially ruin. But also because I do kind of like it. Like, it's like perfect little paw prints, even though he's such a brat. Here we go. That's what I saw when I woke up, when I walked into my office. As well as that. And also a couple on the floor and a couple on my cutting mat on my desk. But thankfully, he did not walk across the 4 paintings that I had out, just flat out in the open. So I was really lucky in that sense. And for the longest time, I knew he was waking up my computer. So if you touch my keyboard buttons or if you click my mouse, my computer will come out of the sleep mode. And all the time, like late at night or in the morning, I would walk by my office or come into my office and my computer would be on, even though I put it to sleep. And I'd be like, what the heck? So I knew that he was doing it for the longest time. I never caught him in the act. I came close a few times, but now I have proof that he just freaking walks straight across my desk. So what I've been doing lately is my door doesn't latch shut, which is the reason that I have this problem. So if I shut the door, he can easily push it open. So I have to literally barricade my office door with tons of cardboard and blank canvases, which I always leave stacked up outside my door. These are the lengths that I need to go to. He's gonna activate the stream. Oh my god. You know, I wouldn't even be mad. I would just be impressed. I'd be like, how'd you do that? You're a genius. Hold on, I'm gonna try to make the camera see the correct colors again, because it was making this look too blue. I don't know, I guess it's just, it is what it is. He's so happy right now on the floor over there. He's like, I will destroy you thing on the cardboard. The song is like a little bit spooky. Have you ever had that happen, Itchy? Have you ever had your cats trail something through your house? I mean, because you do paint, like your miniatures are acrylic paint, right? So if that got trailed through your house, it's permanent. Luckily, this was oil paint. Not luckily, but because it was oil paint and it wasn't completely dry by the time I found it, I was able to mostly scrape it off my keyboard, wipe it off my keyboard. There's still some like cloudy footprints there, but I could get it off the floor, luckily, because it's hardwood floors in here. No paint incidents, models broken. Oh, I did see that one, yeah. That was not good. That was unfortunate. My god, this song is making me like stressed out while I'm painting. We're like in a spooky playlist or something. Oh, that sound of the salt on the desktop is... bleh. I hate that. I'm just getting like a variety of texture on the lower area, the grass for now. But the final layer will be with the gouache. Oh, speaking of gouache, so I don't know if I mentioned that the paint along, well, it's going to be December 1st, as I mentioned, but it's going to be gouache. Sometimes I like to change it up. We've been doing watercolor for the last several. Wow, my camera is not showing the correct colors. There we go, that's a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. So yeah, gouache paint along, and I think what I want to do is choose a subject that we could potentially use as a Christmas card, because it's going to be December 1st. That gives people plenty of time to paint their own, and if they want to do it as gifts, then I think it might work out really well with timing. So it could be like a snowy winter scene. I don't know, we could even do something more illustrative, like a cute little cabin with some snow on it and some smoke coming out of the chimney. Like, there's so many things we could do. I want to keep it kind of winter themed, but if you guys have any ideas, let me know. I'm currently just still trying to figure out what I want to do. Yeah, I thought that would be fun. Alright, I think I'm pretty much ready for the gouache layer. And what we're gonna do, clean off the palette just a little. I have my, oh my god, oh okay. Dropped a color filled sponge on my painting, good idea. So I have my sponge. Oh, I need some paper. 1 second, guys. Actually. I have my palette paper. This is how I do my gouache. I only need a little piece. It doesn't have to fill the whole sponge. I get the paper wet and put it on the wet sponge, let it sit for a minute. So you can see very wet, but I'm just gonna let it kind of soak for, or sit for a minute, and then I will usually get my flat brushes, because I like using flat brushes with gouache better than round brushes. So probably go with those ones. All right, cool. This is where we can make it make everything really pop. It is I'll type it in chat for you. The Stay Wet sponge and palette paper. You can buy them separate. My original pack came in a, it all came together. So it also came with a sealable palette for Like you can use it with acrylic. You can use it with anything, honestly. But it's my favorite way of doing it because the gouache won't dry out so fast. I was testing this out for using in my studio, but I don't really like it for my studio. This would be perfect for plein air painting, but it keeps gouache wet between sessions, but not during use. If I leave the cap off while I'm painting for like 3 hours, the gouache gets dry inside. So it's like, that wasn't ideal. So I went back to my original method, which is using the wet sponge palette paper system. It works amazing. It's very similar to using a wet paper towel, which you probably see a lot of people do in gouache videos. But the good thing about this is that it doesn't waste any gouache because the gouache doesn't absorb into the paper. So if you use a wet paper towel, that is totally fine because it keeps it wet, and it's sometimes what you have to do when you're on the go. But this, but the paper towel absorbs a lot of the pigment, and it starts like spreading and bleeding into the other piles. So this way, it just like, it's acrylic, technically an acrylic paper of some kind. So it won't just absorb all of your paint and let it like bleed everywhere. I would marry it. Wow. Those are some strong words, Itchy. Your children would be beautiful. All right, so first we need to paint the standing stones because those are going to be the sun rays and all that are going to be on top of it. So we'll use a little black, a little dioxazine purple, and a little burnt umber. Maybe a little yellow too. By doing this system with the palette, sponge, and the paper, I've been able to keep gouache relatively wet enough to work with for over the course of like 3 or 4 hours. Whereas without it, a gouache pile can dry in half an hour to an hour. Also, I don't squeeze out a ton because I don't want to waste it. First of all, I don't have a lot of, some of my colors I'm barely hanging on. Like this yellow is my last yellow and I only have that much left. But if I do it this way, it doesn't, if I do huge piles and I start spreading it around, it'll dry really fast. This way I just can keep them mostly moist for a longer time. Really? Oh. Corvulus, I love your art. Hope you get to enjoy it. You get back into it and just love it. Alright, I'll start with the left side. Is it focusing? Well, I'm not just saying it to say it, I mean it. Like I do, when I see your thing pop up on Instagram, I get excited. Aw, Troop. Troop, I still feel so, like, I don't know, guilty or something from the paint along. Like, I failed you. Hey, Greatest Journey. No, it's not. You are correct. It's out of practice, somehow expected to do well. I just, you know, I want everyone to have an awesome time. All the time. It is very new. Today is my first YouTube live stream. And I have I forgot what I was gonna say. I got distracted by chat. The bot was slightly delayed with the command and I was like, uh-oh, it's not working. Aw, Troop, I'm glad. Having a beer with chili in it. Ew! Oh no. I can't decide if I want to do if it's a wine night or a gin and tonic night. The last couple nights were water nights. But it's Friday, you know? I'm gonna allow myself. I'll let you guys decide. What night is it? Gin and gin? Ew. I can't do gin and gin. Wait, I can't do gin and tonic either because I don't have any more tonic. I guess it's a wine night. I'm not a huge fan of hard liquor. If it's mostly disguised, then I'm okay with it. But alerts? What do you mean, Greatest Journey? Alerts. Oh, like channel alerts? No, there's no, I don't have anything like that set up. Probably could, but it's my first day and I'm still getting all the kinks worked out. I don't really know, like, what alerts would I have if someone subscribed to the channel. I don't even know what it would be. I guess that's technically like a follow, right? So that would be the main one I can think of. Patreon? Maybe, yeah. Like I do have the alert for Patreon when I'm streaming on Twitch, which is like, someone just pledged something on Patreon. It's pretty random, pretty anonymous still, but super chat. I don't have super chat. I don't have it enabled. Vader's starting to do his annoyed meow, like, where's dinner? Meow. From the bottom of the stairs. Didn't draw one here, but I want one here. So basically, at this point, all I'm doing is filling in the base color of all of the stones. And then once that's in, I'm leaving the sky as it is. Originally I was thinking about maybe doing some more clouds and stuff, but I think I'm gonna leave that. But once I get the standing stone base color in, then I will do the sunburst coming through. And then the last layer will be the shadows of the standing stones in any foreground texture. I know all of you. Okay, Kira. What you doing? The whole reason I'm doing this, trying this technique, doing lots of glazing, and then, I mean, I already know I like combining watercolor with gouache, but this painting could be done with just one or the other. But whenever I feel kind of stagnant in my art growth, one of the ways I push through it is to just do a new technique that I'm not really used to, or I've never done before. And most of the time along the way in doing that, I discover which direction I need to head in, or like I kind of have a mini art breakthrough of some kind. It's actually what led me to doing the maps. I don't know if you guys remember me showing you the watercolor maps with the gouache. So it's like a big watercolor salt wash background and then the detailed typographical or topographical map on top. That came from experimenting, and now I get commissions for it, which is really cool. And I love painting those so much. I wish I could do them more often. They're really tedious. So I really only have time for it if it's a commission, because obviously then I have to. That creep face, oh my goodness, that is kind of creepy. That emo almost reminds me of the same face as Video Kid's smirky face, you know what I mean? but it's not, it doesn't have quite the same grin. It's leaning in that direction for me though. That's how I see it. Have you guys ever thought about what you would do if you didn't have to make money? If you weren't required to make money to live, like whatever, you win the lottery, you have an inheritance, whatever the thing is, what would you do? What would you spend your precious time doing? After your initial 3-week couch binge is over, I'm saying. Same thing you're doing now, but give myself more time off. Same as now. Be on your stream. Oh. Travel. Oh, yes. Oh, I wish I could travel more. Move into the forest, have a farm, paint all the time, but I need internet. You'd be able to get internet. It's fine. Yeah. Draw and paint all day, go for walks, cook delicious food, learn to play instruments. Funding dinosaur digs around the world. Oh my god, that's awesome. If I survived the first month, I would study all over the world. That's awesome. Like study at universities or just go travel and learn from life, like find real life mentors and stuff. Hire someone to do all your social media and shows so I can just sit at home and paint. Yeah. Yeah. Although I do love going to the shows. It's exhausting, but connecting with your audience is really cool. But if it's your full-time thing, I can understand how that would be just, that would get old, maybe. Hey, Dexline, good to see you. Studying is a great idea. Instead of university, I would want to do more hands-on stuff. Yeah, I agree. I would want to do that. I would just pretty much devote my life to trying to help the environment and protect forests and stuff, which I'm sure would require learning tons and tons of new skills. But I would want to do like way more hands-on stuff. And hopefully in doing that, I could also use my art in some way, like, not sure how yet, but that's the dream. But since that's mostly nonprofit stuff, it's really hard to do that when you still have to make a living to pay bills and buy food. But it's like I'm kind of getting to the point where I just don't want to wait anymore, so I just need to dedicate maybe, even if it's only 5 hours a month, to doing something to help. That might even be like making artwork that is informative or raising awareness about the issues, or I'm sure there's places I could go volunteer at. What are you eating, Vader? Wait, what's that? Ew! that? Oh my god, there's like pieces of an animal on my floor. I think. Is that what that is? I don't know. Ew. Remember that time he brought a slug into my office and I stepped on it and I was like, what's that squishy thing? And I reached down and grabbed it and it was literally just like this half-eaten slug. Oh, that was so horrifying. That was live on stream too. Now I want to know what it is. There isn't enough evidence to know. It's literally just like 2 pieces of gooiness. Either that or he upchucked something and is eating it again, which is also just wonderful to experience. What did the Great Hunter find? Study at universities with different people. I really like their art. Oh, okay. Plan B is to make a company that only takes projects I like. That's also nice. Offer free online counseling or something like that. Oh, Woosie, that's really nice. I know, Woosie. Now I'm mad that I scared him away because I want him to just finish eating it. And I also think that now he's all riled up because I chased him away from his kill. And now he's just in the background doing his meow and running up and down the stairs angrily. I ruined it. Such a mean mom. Never gets any food. Yeah. Oh, I fed him like 3 times yesterday. Oh, you guys, I had such a scary moment yesterday when well, I already talked about it in Discord, but we had the chimneys cleaned yesterday. So the chimney sweep guy arrived and I was upstairs already and the wood stove is upstairs in the living room. So I was up there kind of tidying up. He was bringing his stuff upstairs and he had to make 3 trips to his truck. Vader was underneath the couch right next to me. And after he brought his first load of stuff upstairs, I could hear Vader clawing around under the couch, like getting freaked out because he's super scared of strangers. And I like lifted up the skirt of the couch and looked at Vader and he looked at me and then looked at the other guy walking in with all his stuff. And he shoots out from under the couch and just like books it towards the stairs. And I hear him going like running down the stairs as fast as he could claw his nails into the carpet. And then I like go running after him, or not running, but I like walk out. And as I'm walking towards the stairs, I realized the dude left the door open, which is literally at the bottom of the stairs. And it was wide open. So like you cannot go past the bottom of the stairs without almost stepping outside. And I was like, holy shit, oh my god, Vader just ran outside, because like I just assumed that. So I ran down the stairs and like looked outside really quick and didn't see him. So I immediately ran into my room where his favorite hiding spot is. And he wasn't in the closet corner, which is his first go-to thing. But thank God he was on the shelf where our clothes are, wrapped in his little, he always dives into the clothes and like rolls around until he gets wrapped up in a burrito. And he was in his little burrito in the closet. And I was like, holy shit. He ran by the wide open door in his panic. And he didn't run outside. He ran into the closet. It was scary, but also I was really, really happy. And amazed. I was just purely amazed. Like, that could have been his moment. He could have been free. Wait, what? I didn't do anything. Oh, so yeah, I came back up. I shut the door, obviously. I came back upstairs and I was like, oh, I have a cat, so just make sure you shut the door. And he's like, okay. And he goes back downstairs and I go into my office. I hear him go outside to his truck, come back inside and walk up the stairs, and I like peeked out and he had left the fucking door wide open. Pardon my French. I was like, really, dude? Like, who does that? I even straight up asked you. BTTV emotes. Those are the ones you miss? I miss just the regular old Twitch emotes. Can't do what on the job? Hmm? Anyway, that was my drama yesterday. So I basically just had to stand there and wait for him to come and go till he brought all of his stuff inside and keep shutting the door. Oh, I miss all the emotes. Yeah. I just realized I might not be able to finish this whole painting during the stream. Actually, I can. I'll do it. It's fine. This part just takes forever. Forever. Words. But once I get the base coat down, the rest goes relatively quickly. You have the fox emote! Oh, just as a reminder, whoever doesn't know this already, I'll just, throw it out there. Don't ever spam emotes in a live YouTube chat, okay? Or I think even in comments in general, because the YouTube bot will instantly or can instantly ban your account, which also potentially bans or deletes your entire Google account. So be careful, don't spam. It's a big thing right now because this popular guy had it happen to his chat and he made a big video about it, calling out YouTube, basically saying like, what the heck, fix this. Yeah, so just saying, you do you, but Showtime's making a Halo TV show. I heard something about that, and I also just got really excited because the Master Chief Collection releases December 3rd or something, and it's the whole collection for only $40. That is amazing. But it's on PC. Well, but it's fine. I have an Xbox One controller that is compatible with my PC. so I could still play it. Barely have a reason to spam. Yeah, I know. There's not really, like, I don't know. I'm just saying that's a thing. And I'm not sure if it applies to comments as well, although I don't know when someone would spam stuff in a comment. Oh, okay, Kira, good luck. It's on Xbox 2? You mean the whole package is on Xbox? I mean, I saw the whole thing about it on Steam, so I added it to my wish list so I don't forget. But I didn't realize it was also on Xbox. Okay, so I need to work out how I'm doing the sunbeams. This current one is called Solar Wind by Approaching Nirvana. Jedi Fallen Order is getting great press. I think I'll pick it up. Oh yeah, well, Slave of Hell was talking about that. I'm not sure if he actually got it or... I mean, I'm sure he's very harsh critic, let's just say that. So, yeah. So I'm currently, or I just did a couple hints of sky color reflected on the back of the stones, but I'm gonna stop and first do the sunbeams so that I know for sure where my brightest part is, and then I can base everything else on that. I probably don't want a big brush. Is this gonna be stiff enough? No. I'm gonna do it on the horizon. Innovator. Poor baby. So starving. Even though he has an entire bowl of dry food. Unacceptable. Horrible mom. Oh yeah, May, I was gonna say that I confirmed with my post office that all I need to do is bring all of my packages with the names and addresses on them, and I'll drop them off in the morning and go back at the end of the day and pick up my receipt and pay, and she'll do everything. I was like, thank you. So my job just got so much easier. She is the most amazing, helpful person. Thank you. It is huge. It is so awesome. And because I was looking into the ShipStation thing after you mentioned it, and the Kickstarter, backer kit thing has the integration, but then you have to pay through ShipStation via whatever carrier you're using. And Royal Mail wasn't an option. There was Parcel Force, which I guess would work, but like I have everything. Literally everything calculated down to the penny. All I need to do is just like get the labels on there. And the best thing about it is that because I live in this teeny little town and our post office is run by basically one woman, she gets all my business. So I'm basically supporting the small business in this little town in a really, really, really big way by this one transaction. And that makes me feel so much better. Not that I hate the system or hate the man or anything like that. It's just like I love being able to support people I care about, and she's been so helpful over the last couple years. Like so many times I've come in with just like a ridiculous amount of packages, and she always is so patient and friendly. So this way, it's like win-win. Told you to go home, make, and pay for the labels yourself. Yeah, no, I can understand that because like most post offices are totally overwhelmed. We have just this one little branch here. It's only open like limited days, limited hours. She does almost everything herself. I think she has one helper on certain days. But it's so nice to know that like she'll be getting that income. Yeah, no, she knows I'm an artist. I've shown her my artwork and talked to her about my art and my business before, so she knows why I always have stuff. She always says that I'm her favorite customer. Which I can understand because certain months, like if I have a lot of Patreon stuff and a lot of orders to ship, it's like I just go in and drop a few $100s, a few £100, which is, in my mind, it's crazy. It's not technically my money, it's the customer's money, but it's definitely not a normal transaction for her. Free calendar when the Kickstarter is all shipped as a thank you. Yeah, I am definitely gonna hook her up. She's like, no, I want to buy it. I want to pay for it. I was like, you're helping me so much. Let me do this. Because I already realized that I wanted to order a few extra books. So I'm going to talk to the printer and see what we can work out. And then I can make sure I can restock when I need to. And also my big goal is to ship out a couple of them to different publishers so that I can potentially get it published. And then obviously at that point the publisher handles everything. I don't have to do all the fulfillment. I don't know, we'll see. There might be an independent publisher somewhere who wants to. They seem to really appreciate it. I think that's huge. I think that makes a big impact, May, because I feel like most times people in that situation and that kind of job, when they're dealing with that much turnover in the public, like a post office or really retail in general, obviously that I know that's not retail, but like service industry, they usually get looked over or treated like crap. And if someone does something so generous to give them a gift, like that is a huge gesture. We always used to tip our mailman, which I think is only really a thing in certain locations in the US. Because some people I know told me like, what do you do? No, you're not supposed to do that. And then others are like, yeah, of course we do. But we used to tip them not every day, but just around Christmas, like give them a Christmas card with some money in it. And they were like so grateful because they're so stressed out during the holidays. Let's do some darkness. Ah, hair. This brush is really great for doing grass because it starts to, when it dries out, it starts to separate. So I get all these little these little sections in the brush to create streakiness, which lends itself really nicely to ground cover. What's everyone up to this weekend? Thanks, Corvulus. I think that's why I wanted to do the sunset scene, is because I got really inspired this weekend or yesterday in the forest, and there's so many like long beautiful shadows being cast across the ground, and I had this idea for a long time brewing in my mind. Neck. Working new winter clothes and boots. Ooh, Jedi Fallen Order. Okay. Grading papers. Oh, Corvulus. Good luck. I hope. Oh, I know you've been doing it for a while. Is it getting closer to being over? When does the madness end? And The Mandalorian. Oh yeah, wait, does that start this weekend or did it start last weekend? I haven't figured out how we can watch it yet. We're not subscribed to anything, so, well, we have Netflix, but I wish there was a way we could combine all of our services into one and get some kind of deal. So many good shows out there. Ah, okay. 3 piles left. Oh, yay! Hello, Slave of Hell. Welcome back. How did the work thing go? Excuse me. I feel like when I'm breathing, my nose is like whistling or something. It's making me really self-conscious. Too sniffly. I'm not like stuffed up or anything, but it feels similar when I'm breathing. One of my favorite ways of using gouache is what I call chunky. I love chunky gouache, so that's why I use these big flat brushes most of the time, and try to incorporate a few areas of the painting that'll look a little bit extra chunky. $20 and $30 papers per pile. Oof. No, I'm celebrating it, Jared. It is gloriously beautiful when it's chunky. But I am really close to being finished. I think I'll just finish this layer of shadow and try to look away for a little bit, get fresh eyes on it. But we'll probably be wrapping up the stream soon. Oh, I'm sorry you have to deal with that. That's not fair. Hearing your name spoken aloud. I know it is. Now you know how I feel. My name reveals me all the time when I'm in a stream, hanging out in chat. Although they used to say Z Lady, but I guess I've grown pretty used to it by now. It was really weird at first. Something about Jedi Fallen Order in the background as I was selling someone their copy. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, I'm sure you're getting, if you're in that industry, I'm sure you're getting lots of that today, right? More Pokemon Sword Shields. Well, my goal, or my idea is tonight I'm going to finish stream, make dinner, have a glass of wine, and play Origin... Wait, what is it? Divinity Original Sin 2. God, the name always confuses me. I'm gonna play that for like 2 or 3 hours, and I'm sure at some point, usually what happens is around 9 or 10 p.m. I get a second creative wind and I just want to paint and draw for like hours. So it's kind of perfect because I go have dinner and then I have food coma, so all I need to do is sit and play the game or veg out, do something mindless, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, you're inspired, go do stuff. Which also can be annoying if I actually have to go to bed sort of early, but I don't have to tonight. So I'm going to do that, and it's going to be awesome. Because Wolfie is out of town. I can do whatever I want. And then tomorrow, wake up early, and my goal is just to bust out all of the Kickstarter packages. Like, I'm going to print and label every single box. I'm going to fill every box with all of the things that I'm shipping out. And then Sunday, I'm going to print out all the packing lists, or look at all the packing lists again and double check my entire shipment to make sure everything has the right stuff inside the boxes. But if I separate it into 2 days, I think I'll be a lot better than trying to like do everything in one day. So yeah. Plus I need to finish 3 illustrations that are kind of mostly finished for my portfolio. I have a quota, a weekly quota of 5 illustrations until my portfolio is complete. And my list is getting shorter and shorter, which is nice. But as soon as it's ready, I'll show you guys. I'm trying not to post any of it until it's all done, because I don't want to get distracted by social media, and yeah, you know how that goes. Boosh, tiki, hello. How YouTube chat persists. What do you mean by that? It's a nice feature. What does that mean? Hi, Nimla. Yes. Doing well. How are you? Happy Friday. Thank you, Boosh. That's kind of you. Yeah, it is. It'll take getting used to, like the new, not new, but like non-Twitch names. Everybody's other name. If I close my browser or refresh Stream, chat persists, I can still see the previous post. Yeah, that is nice. And it's gonna be in the chat replay, so, or the video after it's published. When I finish the live stream, it'll become a video uploaded to my stream, uploaded to my channel, and that will have the chat replay as well, which is super convenient. Because otherwise I'm just sitting here talking to myself. The viewer would have no clue what's going on. Yeah, it is. It's the first week of the new schedule. It is weird, but it's also very inspired. I don't know what I would say. It's very inspiring. Like, I feel super enthusiastic and excited about what it means. And already I have results. I have completed more stuff this week than I have in so long. And just like mentally, I don't feel nearly as stressed out and rushed in a lot of the things I do. I'm still scared, you know, in a way, because like it does mean that my income sources are gonna shift, and that change and the unknown is scary. I just have to keep hustling and like do what I gotta do, you know? Oh my gosh, your concert is tomorrow! Slave of Hell! You're gonna have the most amazing time. Oh man, it's gonna be incredible. Thank you. So I'll be on the VOD. Hi, Mom. Yes, you'll be on the VOD. In April, I have the actual 2 guys on tour. Yep. Oh, I wish I could go. Ha! It worked! I just heard. I can hear the sounds of a paper bag being shredded or destroyed. I knew he would go for it. I set it in a specific spot on the floor downstairs, and I put a little ribbon like halfway inside it. Man, I could totally lure him into a trap. It would be so easy. And I just heard it. Success! Oh, Slip of Hell. It's gonna be amazing. Live. I get chills just thinking about that. Oh. You're gonna be crying. Make sure you bring tissues. I feel like that's gonna have a similar physical reaction as I got from seeing the Piano Guys in person. Some of their songs in person like just flooded my whole body with chills and instant tears. Just crazy, a powerful effect. And it's the cello. And I was at Red Rocks in Colorado, so that natural amphitheater, just the way it reverberates around you, it just fills your whole being. And when he did certain songs and the cello was like just, oh my goodness, you could feel it from head to toe. Yeah, most of the time I do that, Ashley, like with almost all live music at one point or another. For some reason, maybe, I don't know, I doubt it's super abnormal, but like somehow my wires are slightly crossed where like music has the most direct connection to my emotions. Certain sounds like will instantly make my eyes tear up and I'll get chills. It doesn't have even if it's like just the most like a dog food commercial or something. It just doesn't matter what it's playing with. It could be the most silly thing ever, but if it's certain notes played in a specific order, it's out of my control. So emo. I don't know what it is, but sometimes it's amazing and I love it because I feel so much emotion, but other times I'm like, great, I'm crying in public again. I'm crying in the airport because freaking tampon commercial had this freaking like cello, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like really awkward. Can't control it. You okay, Mater? He just freaked out. About something that makes me happy? Yeah. It's not sad. It's just a thing that happens. It puts you in touch with your emotions. I guess for some people that might be scary, but an oboe does that to you. Wow. Yeah, I am the same. I have movies that I'll put on because, well, there's like those feel-good movies that everyone has, but a lot of times, even if I've watched it 100 times already, I'll still cry in certain sections. And a lot of it is because of the music. Whoa, really, text line? Wow. Well, I've never done that. Never gone that far, but think we're really close to being finished. What I need to still do though is a little I also want to remind everyone that I had to make an adjustment to the paint along. So the next paint along is December 1st and it's gouache. And it'll be here on YouTube. You just drank your paint water? That's not good. Oh my god, Vader is having such a tantrum. He's like, ugh. I think I may stop here because I want to like let this sit and I'll look at it tomorrow with fresh eyes. After I've been staring at the same thing for a few hours, I can't quite see it properly. So yeah, but I'm happy with it. It came out close to what I was hoping for. Not perfectly matching what I wanted, but yeah, much better than other times when I've created something that looks nothing like what's in my head. But yeah, I'll look at it tomorrow and make sure I still like it. All right. Oh, I still had my autumn photo up on my screen. Oh well. Such a noob streamer. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it here. And I'll remind you again, like as in the coming weeks of the paint along and all that, but otherwise my next stream is on Monday over on Twitch. So if you want to hang out with me again, you can click on the link that's in my description, and then make sure you follow that channel so it'll tell you when I'm live. Yeah. And if you enjoyed today's stream, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is free. It's basically just like following me, and you can also click the little bell, which that'll send you notifications when I post videos or if I'm live. So I so appreciate you guys coming over and hanging out with me. Those of you who came over from Twitch, it's awesome to see friendly faces and be able to talk to you guys. And to anyone else who is new or your first time watching me live, I hope you had fun. This is pretty much what you can expect. Sometimes I might do more tutorial style stuff, or other times it's very casual painting together kind of thing. So yeah. Thanks, guys. All right, so unlike Twitch, we don't have anyone to raid. We don't have any other channels to raid or to go to, so I'm just gonna end it. And you guys can go do whatever you want to do. I hope you enjoy your weekend, and hopefully I will see you all on Monday over on Twitch. So have a good night, guys. I'll see you next time.